Hello traders, Cousin Vinny coming to you from theclosingprint.com on May the 19th, 2019. In this edition of your weekend video newsletter, we'll talk about the mixed signals that we're getting as stock indexes sold off decisively on Friday. Despite the good news, a deal with Canada and Mexico on steel and aluminum tariffs, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 closed below their 50-day moving average just one day after both climbed back above those key levels. Some additional names on the MarketSmith Growth 250 and the MarketSmith volume screens for above average volume, relative strength line scans. If you just click on these links in the left panel in your MarketSmith window, just scroll down here and take a look at some of these names. Many of these look very good. Notice Comcast, Costco, CP, Cisco follow through with relative strength last week, among others like ADP, Automatic Data Processing, having recently reported earnings. Note annual sales and earnings in the left panel are growing. Decent numbers in these IBD metrics. A's and B's, 90s, all look good. If you click on the weekly, it'll also give you its competitors in the space down here in the lower left panel. ADVM following through, biotech name breaking out. Looking for a flag on some of these names. Agilysys, AGYS is the symbol. Looking for a breakout of this flat base. Buyers have been stepping up recently. Above average volume. Do a little bit of research, just pointing out the patterns and the relative strength showing up on the scan. Costco also showing up, still in the buy zone, looking for a breakout above these levels. Weekly, a potential for a nice measured move here. Not a guarantee, 288, 290 by Christmas perhaps, if the markets don't fall apart. In Friday's blog post, we talked about insurance companies looking good. Erie's one, Aflac pushing higher, also broke out. We had Travelers Insurance looking good. All of these with relative strength line climbing and following through. Fly is a name, leasing, that we pointed out last week. It did in fact follow through and breaking out now of a cup and handle. Continuation pattern, take the depth of the cup as your measured move. On top of this, around 20 to 21 seems reasonable. Marsh and McLennan, insurance brokers looking for a follow through out of this flat base. OpenText delivers content management software that captures, stores, and delivers organizational content. Looking for a follow through breakout this week. Above average volume noted. Earnings and sales beat 10 cents. Annual sales and earnings continue to climb. Cup and handle breakout, looking for follow through. PSB, a REIT that owns and acquires properties primarily in the multi-tenant flex office industrial space in the US. You can see that this is breaking out of a big cup and handle pattern. Looking for follow through on above average volume, showing annual sales and earnings increasing. Construction Partners, ROAD, provides construction products and services to both public and private infrastructure. Just think about all of the things that this company could be doing. Need to do a little bit more research, but it is breaking out of this base, following through. Looking for annual sales and earnings to start increasing on this recent IPO back in June of 2018. TRP, Canadian company engaged in natural gas transportation and storage, electric power generation in Canada and the US. Very large cup and handle continuation pattern. Earnings beat. Annual sales and earnings looking good, with relative strength climbing. Another name in the electronic payment services and processing group, Total System Services, big cup handle. Look for a breakout like some of the other cup and handles we just pointed out on these MarketSmith Growth 250 names. Looking for a follow through. Annual sales and earnings climbing. We want to see A's and B's in here along with 90s and these IBD metrics to show that annual sales and earnings, company profitability, return on equity all are pointing to higher prices. Companies that break out and follow through, moving to 52-week highs, always show these characteristics prior to breakouts. Remember to check the rest of the names on the IBD 50, MarketSmith Growth 250, and new highs and relative strength blue dot scans on the opening monologue screen. There are a number of additional names like Cisco, Roku, Verizon, Zoom, CTSH. All of those look like they're going to continue to move higher this week. Okay, that's going to do it for me. This is Cousin Vinny coming to you from theclosingprint.com with your weekend video newsletter. We'll be out with a watch list around 11:30 tonight on the East Coast, around 8:30 on the West Coast. Look for that in your inbox. Otherwise, bottom line, caution this week. A lot of stocks look like they could continue higher. We already pointed out the sectors to strengthen staples, utilities, and real estate. Focus on those names and also keep an eye on the offensive sectors we pointed out in the sector analysis. Make sure that they stay above the 200 period moving average. Other than that, it's a week of caution going into the seasonally weakest months of the year. Take care. I hope this helps. We'll talk to you soon.